clever people, and welcome back to Connor's Weekend Ticket. Films I saw over the weekend that I will be reviewing are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and The Circle. So let's start out with Guardians of the Galaxy. So Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is about Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, Rocket Rash. It's about space and monsters and Marvel movie. So normally I'd say, who cares about plot? It's an action movie. But this movie has a coherent plot, which is astonishing for this kind of movie. Alright, so let's start off with the good. Like I said earlier, it has a decent plot. Most Marvel movies I talk about, or most superhero movies I talk about, unless it's like Logan or something like that, I'll normally say, ugh, the plot sucks, but who cares, right? But this actually had a decent plot, so besides some cliched things that you'd come to expect. It's actually decent. The characters are fantastic. If you've seen the original Guardians of the Galaxy, that's what happens. The characters are all classic. But the thing is, I thought the first Guardians of the Galaxy was alright. I mean, I actually liked this movie. I preferred the characters in this movie. It's not because, oh, baby Groot's cute. No, because he was funnier. Drax was funnier. Star-Lord had more depth and was funnier. Nebula had more depth. Gamora had more depth. Yondu had more depth, so he isn't a jerk. You could actually, attach yourself to the characters. The last movie, I couldn't really do that. And I absolutely love the soundtrack. The first film had a great soundtrack, but when you think about it, there are only about 2 or 3 songs that stand out. I mean, you've got Ooh Child, you've got Hooked on a Feeling, and you've got Ain't No Mountain High Enough. And that's it. This I can name a ton of songs that I absolutely loved on the soundtrack. It's not just because I love Electric Light Orchestra and Mr. Blue Sky was in it. However, I was extremely excited for that scene. But the soundtrack worked a lot with the film. However, I don't understand how they got the rights to Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang and did not call Star-Lord and Gamora's relationship a Wham Bam Shang-a-Lang and a Sha-la-la-la-la thing. That was a extremely missed opportunity there. Things I did not like about it. I didn't really like the gold people. I thought their motivation was incredibly weak. Basically, it's not that much of a spoiler. Raccoon steals some batteries that are worth a lot of money. But, the leader, at the end, mild spoilers, skip ahead 10 seconds, she's like, I will wipe out the Guardians of the Galaxy for what they did to us. It's like, yeah, sure, it's not that big of a deal. And one thing, which is a heavy spoiler, here's the time you should skip to. I thought that it was incredibly cliche that they did the thing oh, we're going to see person that seems nice. Person seems nice, seems a bit weird. Things pointing out to be them to be evil. All of a sudden, they're evil, and everyone was right, and the main character's like, what? No, they're not evil. What are you talking about? They're super nice. And everyone else is like, oh no, they're evil. It's like, that is exactly what happened in this, and I saw it coming from a mile away. I'm going to give Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 a 7 out of 10. Now on to The Circle. So The Circle is a movie about May Holland, who gets a job at this corporation called The Circle. And it seems like a gigantic technology company like Google. And everything is really nice. They have their own healthcare plan, which her parents get under because her father has MS. There are a lot of parties, there are a lot of events, there are a lot of shows, and everything seems really nice. And then they talk about these cameras being set up, and people start to think of it as an invasion of privacy. And that's when, quote, tension starts to build. I was really excited for The Circle, and then reviews came out, and then I stopped being excited. But I still had a bit of hope, and I do have to say, this isn't as bad as critics have been saying. It had a lot of issues with it. It had some things I liked about it, though, so let's start out with the good. The film did have some intense scenes, and I thought those scenes were very well done. The directing, for the most part, was pretty good. The acting, except for Emma Watson, was good because Emma Watson is not that great of an actor. The film was very visually stunning. It all looked very good, except for some weird shots. It all looked fantastic. The color palette was amazing, and it was really entertaining. So there you go. Now let's go on to the bad. The film just kind of hops into it. Like, there's no character development for any character, and all of a sudden it's like, this is May Holland, like her. It's like, why should we like her? There's no reason. We don't know what she's like. We see like a video of her kayaking. We see a video with her and her parents. We see a video at her job. We see a video with her friend, and there you go. That's her development. It's not even really development at all. It's just her doing stuff, and that kind of made me not care for May as much as I cared for other characters. Normally, when scenes are dubbed, I am like fine with it, but there was a scene in this film that was so obviously dubbed, it was laughable. So the main kid from Boyhood and May Holland are talking, and then like you see a far image of them, so like you kind of see them, but you hear them talking, and it's very obvious that they're not talking. And I just found that so funny. It did have some tonal issues going from one thing to the next, and I didn't really like that. Kind of didn't mesh together very well. There were some scenes where it was kind of funny, some scenes where it was kind of, ooh, look, this is interesting. Most of the movie's just like, ooh, look at how cool the circle is, dark scene. The circle's so cool, all of a sudden, dark scene. It didn't work, and the ending felt really weird. It didn't really feel like much happened. It was supposed to be like this major thing, and it's like, it didn't really feel like anything. It just felt like a poof, it's over. Nothing happened really. For those reasons, I will give The Circle a 4.25 out of 10. So obviously my rankings for this week's video will be Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at number 1 and The Circle at number 2. Next week's video will include Baby Driver. I got a super early screening of it. And The Wall, maybe King Arthur? I'm not sure, maybe. Don't expect it. But that concludes my review. I'm Connor Gilbert, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.